My name is Megan Gallagher, and today I'm here to address workplace dress codes. This brief presentation will touch on the cultural shift that we've seen over the past decade plus and how that's affected professional attire in the workplace. Additionally, I will discuss ways that employers can address this in our present-day global business environment. A key part in the cultural shift of today's business community has centered on the rise of the startup and tech community. In Silicon Valley, with this rise, we have seen a shift in office structure, culture, and layout, as you can see from the slides in front of you. What used to be a business community and desk jobs has now turned into a high-tech, collaborative world where face-to-face meetings are a rarity and most team discussions happen remotely. So you might be wondering what factors have played a part in this cultural shift. While there are many changes that have occurred in the global business community today, and while this is very dependent on industry or profession that you're in, key changes that have affected culture are, as previously noted, the rise of the startup and tech scene, competitive employee recruitment and retention plans, a shift in gender roles at work, and the increase in millennials in the workplace. Each of these factors comes into play during this shift, all bringing with them a major change in mindset and office values. As mindsets and values change, other factors change along with it. With this cultural shift has come a shift in workplace dress codes and attire. Again, this varies depending on industry and profession, as some professions require a strict uniform, for example, but in general, the business attire has become more relaxed and focused on business casual over the past decade, as seen in the photos on the screen. The photo on the left from the famous 1980s movie Working Girl represents the power suit era. If you know the storyline here, this photo also represents how an employee's attire could skew a client or coworker's view of them. If an admin suddenly changed out of her casual attire and put on a suit, they might suddenly be viewed differently and taken more seriously. As you can see from the image on the right of today's business community, that's not necessarily the case. While most employees will dress nicely when meeting face-to-face with clients, the look tends to be more laid back regardless of the level of your position. So you might be asking, why the shift here? Many companies and organizations are trying to tailor to millennials' values, which focus much more on work-life balance and working remotely and flexibility. Employer recruitment tactics, ways to attract new talent to an organization. Less face-to-face meetings due to the rise in technology and more employees working remotely. And given that, the fine line between the workplace and the home office. As employers and company executives continue to navigate the workplace environment and dress codes, some things to keep in mind are: employees represent the organizations. Dress codes should relate to the values and mission of the organization. Determine whether your company will be formal business attire, casual business attire, a strict uniform, or formal business attire with casual Fridays thrown in there, and so on and so forth. This will help you to determine the best route to take in building a strategic dress code. Consider various roles in the organization. Are they client-facing roles required to dress differently than administrative roles who don't meet with the client on a regular basis? Work with your human resources department to determine the gender, religious, and ethical issues that might come into play when developing a strategy for your dress codes. This will help to minimize questioning or backlash that may occur down the road. If employers keep these factors in mind, determining the right dress code for your organization should come fairly naturally. While workplace attire will continue to shift, it is a critical piece of the puzzle because at the end of the day, the employees really are the face of the company.